Hey guys, in this month's Historical Fiction 101, I'm going to be sharing with you some upcoming releases for July through December of 2016. So it's the halfway point of the year. It's time to announce some upcoming releases for historical fiction. And as always, there's so many books. There's so many books, it's so ridiculous. I can't keep track of half of them. I want them all. I'm looking at this list and I want them all, you guys, but I don't have the money to do that. So let's get going. I have 10 books here that I would like to share with you guys. The first book I have here is The Wonder by Emma Donoghue. This book takes place in a small Irish village in the 1850s, and it follows this village as they appear to be mystified by something that looks like a miracle, but might actually be a murder in disguise. Next, I have The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. This follows a slave girl by the name of Cora who is working at a cotton plantation in Georgia, and she hears about the Underground Railroad and she has the opportunity to escape. Next, Mata Hari's Last Dance by Michelle Moran. This takes place in Paris in 1917, and it follows the notorious dancer as she is currently in prison for treason, and someone approaches her and she retells her story, starting back with her family in India, working her way through her time in Paris, meeting her abusive husband, and becoming one of Paris's most glamorous dancers. Next, I have Ithaca by Patrick Dillon, and this is a retelling of the Odyssey being told through the perspective of Odysseus' son Telemachus. Next, I have Fates and Traitors by Jennifer Chiaverini. This is about the assassin of Abraham Lincoln, John Wilkes Booth, and it's telling his story and also the story of the 4 women who helped in his plot. Next, The Castle of Kings by Oliver Potch. Just to make a quick note of this book was originally released back in 2013, but I think it's just now getting its American hardback release. This book takes place in Germany in 1524 during the Peasants' Revolt, where the peasants were basically revolting against their aristocratic overlords, and we follow a young girl named Agnes, and her father is one of these overlords, and Agnes also really dreams of marrying her love interest, but her love interest is this guy who is of low birth and low class, so of course that poses an obstacle. So together the two of them run away during the Peasants' Revolt. Next, The Gilded Cage by Lucinda Gray. This is a young adult novel taking place in England during the 1820s, and it follows this young 16-year-old girl. Her brother has mysteriously drowned, and she is determined to find out who his murderer is. Next, I have Three Sisters, Three Queens by Philippa Gregory. This is part of Philippa Gregory's Tudor Court series, and it takes place during the reign of Henry VIII. And the 3 women that we are following in this book, the first being Catherine of Aragon, Henry VIII's first wife, and Henry VIII's 2 sisters, Margaret and Mary, who each become queens in their own right. Next is The Secret Language of Stones by M.J. Rose, and this is book 2 in a series. This takes place during World War I, and the Romanov dynasty has come to its sudden conclusion, and it follows this young woman who is a jewelry maker, and she finds herself during the war making watches for the soldiers, and she also has a knack for getting messages from the dead through gemstones. And the last book that I have here that I want to share with you guys is The Autumn Throne by Elizabeth Chadwick, and this is book 3 in the series. This book takes place in England, 1176, and it follows Queen Eleanor of Aquitaine, who is currently imprisoned, but she refuses to be bullied by her husband, King Henry II, and she also wants to keep the peace between her two warring sons. So that's it for the upcoming releases, July through December. Like I said, that's not even it. There's so many more coming out. And all of the summaries that I just gave for all of these books, I know they were all very short and vague, so if you got a brief little glimmer of interest, you might want to go check out their individual Goodreads pages. So yeah, you guys, in the comments below, any of these books sound interesting, and are there any other upcoming releases that I missed out on that I should be aware of? Just let me know in the comments below. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye guys.